Welcome to the Front Line from the Line podcast. I'm your host, Melo Williams. This is episode one. I would like to shout out our sponsors and our affiliates, Team NBS Media, Phenom America, and Rich Kid Clothing. Today we have a special guest coming all the way to you from Sacramento, California. His name is Amarion, the True Stone. I actually got to see Amarion out at Phenom basketball camp out in California, where he definitely was one of the best phenoms out there. Amarion, welcome to the Front of the Line podcast. How are you doing today, young man?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking. So we before we jump into it, we're gonna start off with some icebreaker questions, just to loosen things up. It's gonna be all basketball. You a hooper, so I know you're ready for the big moments from the line, right?
Yeah.
No doubt about it. First icebreaker question: favorite NBA city?
Uh, Oakland. I mean
Oakland.
San
Okay.
Francisco. San Francisco.
San Fran- Okay. So it's San Francisco Golden or San Francisco Warriors, your favorite NBA team, man?
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite pair of basketball shoes?
Uh, the Kyrie fly traps or the John Morant ones.
Okay. Okay. Favorite song to listen to pregame before you about to go out there and handle your business on the court?
I don't really have a song, but if I do listen to a song, it's gonna be like a song to hype me up for the game.
Okay, no doubt about it. Well, you look pretty hyped up to me. I know I'm hyped up. This is episode one of the From the Line podcast in 2024. So we're gonna jump right into it. How about that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. First question I'm gonna ask you: favorite NBA player and why?
My favorite NBA player is Steph Curry, and it's because of how he shoots and dribbles the ball. That's the
Now
reason.
I was
And
okay. Now I
also,
was able to see you.
And also the rings he won not just with help, but he also won one by himself in 2022.
So that makes a huge difference for you as far as him being able to carry a team after everyone said that he couldn't do it without the help of KD and everybody else.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. I definitely agree with you with that. Steph Curry definitely gets a lot of criticism, unfair criticism, I would say. I was able to see you play, like I said, out at Phenom Camp, National Camp in California. You definitely have a nice dribble. You definitely have a nice shot. Your game is definitely like Steph Curry's. What is it specifically about Steph Curry game that I can see in your game?
Really just pulling the deep three ball. If you're
Okay.
if the guy guarding you is not stepping up, just pull it.
Okay. How long did it take you to realize that? So it sounds like you be looking at separation, to be able to get your shot off and, your next move, what you're going to do. How long did it take you, and what was it about Steph Curry game that you noticed that was something that he used, to be able to get a shot up being a small guy out there in the NBA?
Well, when I first realized it was like two two like no, like 3 years ago is when I really started pulling like deep.
Okay.
And
So what's the furthest have you made a three-pointer from?
uh I made I made a couple from half court.
A couple from half court? Okay, no doubt about it. You definitely have range. So we're gonna talk about your aspirations in basketball. We know that basketball could take us so many places. It could bring new people to us. It does so many things. What are some of your long-term aspirations of being a basketball player?
My long term aspiration is to make it to the NBA.
Okay. Do you have a certain favorite team that you would like to play for in the NBA?
My favorite teams are the Lakers, the Warriors, and maybe the Clippers.
Okay. So all Cali teams, I caught that. All your favorite teams are Cali teams. Is it a reason for that being from Cali, or what is it
Oh,
about
and
Cali teams?
Sacramento, and Sacramento.
Oh, I was gonna say, okay. So we got all Cali teams. We done covered every team. We covered San Fran. We have covered Sacramento, and we have covered the two Laker or Los Angeles franchises. Um, What is it about California teams that you like, and who do you feel is the best team in the state of California right now?
Well, the reason is because I'm from California, so I just naturally like all the California teams.
Okay. So is it fair to say that, like you said, the San Francisco Warriors got a little bit of edge over everybody else, or
I would
okay,
say I would say it's probably the Clippers.
the
It,
Clippers.
it it's close between the Warriors and Clippers.
Okay. Who's your favorite player on the Los Angeles Clippers?
Uh, Kawhi.
Kawhi. Okay.
It was called George, but he left.
What do you think about that move? Do you think that was a good move, or what? Do you think they were going to be better off without Paul George?
Well, obviously Paul George can help them, but it's not really their decision if he wants to be traded or not.
That's definitely. You definitely sound like you well versed and very very knowledgeable. About basketball in general, the front office stuff, how things go. Let's talk about real quick. I'm gonna throw in a question just about having a culture. You know, and how important a culture is to a team. Let's just keep it about your San Francisco Warriors as far as culture. Culture I feel has brought championships there. How important do you feel culture is for a winning team, or for a team that's trying to win?
Well, the culture, it matters a lot because, like, you see how the Warriors used to have every game, everybody wearing yellow shirts that say Dub Nation or Warriors. That culture is important to them.
Definitely. Great answer. Great answer. So let's go back to you talking about, this upcoming basketball season, where you are attending high school at your Frank Williams College Prep. What are some of your hopes going into this basketball season?
Uh, Wait, did you say high school or middle school?
Middle school.
Oh yeah, yeah. Some of my hopes going into this basketball season is just to get better and really just work on my game and get better.
Okay. What is it specifically about your game that you feel you need to work on? Like, that's the most important thing right
Really,
now.
really just on ball defense.
Okay. I'm a firm believer in defense. I love defense. I feel defense makes basketball great. Without defense, I don't feel that, as a basketball fan, I get the true meaning of basketball without seeing defense. Speaking of defense, you said that's something that you need to work on. How important is it for, especially being a guard, to be able to, have, good on ball defense, or just to be a solid defender in general?
Well, it's really important because you don't want to get like blown by or scored on every play. So now the other team just picks on you. Like the
Definitely.
other team will tell the guy you're guarding to just get the ball, score on you. You don't want that to happen.
For sure.
You
What
don't want to be
feedback
the
have you
you don't want to be the weakest link on defense.
That is so true. And teams and great teams specifically will definitely find the weakest link on defense. Like you said, that's not what you want to be looked at as the weak link. What feedback have you received recently about your game that was positive, that motivated you?
Uh, Shooting the ball and I've been told I've been getting better at driving the basketball and defense.
Defense again. So the work must be paying off, obviously. Um, with you talking about that, you received some positive feedback about your defense. One last question I have for you. What do you enjoy most about basketball?
I enjoy most is like just having fun, scoring the ball, playing defense, everything really.
For sure. I said I had one final question. I have one more question. It's a must ask. You're ranked as, one of the top players in the class of 2031 in the state of California. And nationally, you also been getting a lot of buzz. You was just recently at, 2024 Nike Phenom basketball camp in California, playing against some of the best phenoms in the world from all over. And you was able to hold your own. You was definitely one of the best players in general in your class. Would you speak about your experience real quick at Phenom basketball camp, national camp?
Well, my experience was great with all the games and all the drills and the classes and stuff. All that was just great.
For
And it
sure.
was it was all scheduled. There was early bird and everything. It was good.
For sure. Before we get up out of here with you, if you would like to, please stick around if you want to. But I have one question for you. Where did the name The Truth come from? And after you answer that, would you let everyone know your social accounts where they can come follow Amarion, The Truth Stone?
Yeah. So really, the name the truth originated from me and my dad. Just came up with it one day, and we just decided to stick with it.
Okay. And let us all know where we can find you at on social media, regardless if it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. Let us know where we can find you at and keep up with you.
You can find me on Instagram at Amarion underscore the truth, and you can find me at TikTok under the same user, Amarion underscore the truth.
No doubt about it. Everyone, this is Amarion Stone, class of 2031 at Ephraim Williams College Prep Middle School. And he runs with Team Ferrell's and Silicon Valley Soldiers on the AAU circuit. Marion, thank you for pulling up to From the Line podcast. We will definitely be in tune with you and keeping up with what's going on with you. Make sure you stop back by and keep us updated and let us know what's up.
Okay, I will. I'll see you
Thank you.
later.
All right. Continue blessings.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay, everyone. That was our first guest, Marion Stone, like I said, from Sacramento, California area. He attends Ephraim Williams College Prep Middle School in California. I was able to check him out, like I said, at Nike Phenom Basketball National Camp in California. The kid definitely has game. He's must see TV. Follow him on all his social sites. Keep up. You would definitely see what I'm talking about with him. Our next guest is our basketball development coach from Detroit, Michigan. He resides now in Houston, Texas. I'm going to let him introduce himself. Our next guest will be Will Vance.
Good evening, Melo.
Good evening, Coach Vance. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm well, man. Just getting out of the gym. Just had to run in here and get in the telephone booth like Superman and get out of my workout gear into a little polo shirt. Try to look professional at least.
Hey, well, you did it well. You looking well. You looking professional. Ready to talk some basketball with you. Ready to get to know a little bit more about you, your background in basketball, what got you into coaching, and we're gonna talk about your book and everything else that you have going on with a clinic going on at Beloit Turner High School in Beloit, Wisconsin. Before we jump into all those questions, I'm gonna start it off with some icebreaker questions just to loosen up the moment. But you were a hooper, you don't have big game moments, so I know you're ready for these icebreaker
No
questions.
question.
First question is favorite NBA player of all time and why?
Well, I can I select two? Maybe a 1A
For
and
sure.
a 1B. Michael
Okay.
Jordan, Pete Maravich, Pistol Pete Maravich. The reason being, huh? Can you hear me okay? I got this equipment, but I couldn't hook it up. I was rushing at the last minute trying to hook this microphone and stuff up. But can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you good. You're
Okay.
great for sure. I just gotta ask why Pistol Pete first.
Why Pistol Pete first?
Yes.
Okay, well, prolific offensive scorer. So with me being a player development guy, and I might be jumping ahead of myself a little bit, but with me working with players, my aim is always to get them to be just the ultimate scorers, where it's almost impossible for one person to defend them. So Pistol Pete averaged 44.3 points in college without the three-pointer. According to Dale Brown, who was a coach at LSU during the Shaq and Chris Jackson, Abdul, I can't never pronounce his name, forgive me. But he looked it up. He watched the games, and he said if they had a three-point line, he would average 57 points a game. So that's why I chose Pistol Pete.
Okay. Why? Okay.
Unguardable.
Why MJ?
And Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Oh no,
What's Michael Jordan?
the most athletic, skilled player, in my opinion, in the history of the NBA. You got some guys, they freaking nature athletically, but they lack skill level. Michael Jordan had both. That's what made him so phenomenal. And then plus he had that killer instinct. You know, 6 NBA Finals, 6-0. I'm not gonna get into the GOAT thing. I'll leave that to y'all young people.
Next question then.
Yeah.
Favorite NBA era, the 80s or the 90s?
Whew. The 80s.
The
You see the
80s.
gray up? You see the gray up here? I'm going with the 80s. I'm going with the 80s.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, you had Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Dominique Wilkins, Michael Jordan, Bernard King. Must I go on?
Say less. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
You're from Detroit. What besides Detroit? What is your favorite NBA city?
New York.
New York.
Yeah, Showtime, man. Showtime. Those
Okay.
guys had handles, man. They put on the show. They putting on a ball handling clinic. New York.
And we're gonna talk about dribbling and shooting at your clinic. Like I said, that you will be hosting at Beloit Turner High School in Beloit,
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin. First question, you already did that a little bit, but I'm gonna ask you again. Would you introduce yourself? And let everyone know about your high school and collegiate basketball background and any professional if it's there.
Sure. Will Vance, but one of my buddies in college, he nicknamed me. He's always called me Will Advance. So I just put the AD in between my first and last name, and that's where you get Will Advance. That's been my email for probably about 30 years. So.
Okay. What high school did you attend in Detroit?
Ooh, well, I was one of those guys that we moved around a lot. So my final destination was Detroit Persian, which is a lot of NBA players came out of Persian, Spencer Haywood, Steve Smith, just, a lot of players from different areas. You had Will Robinson and just the list of players, Kevin Willis, Ralph Simpson, not Ralph Sampson, Ralph Simpson, India Irie's dad, who in the Ralph Simpson, the Haywoods, they took me under their wings, so I was fortunate to have some NBA guys as a youngster to kind of, take me under their wings.
And as being a young guy, having some, NBA guys come and take you under their wings, you obviously was a standout player. They just don't come reaching for you if they don't see the talent there. What was something that, you were told by them while you were younger that stuck with you when it comes to being basketball and how it relates to life?
Great question. Just going hard, and just being true about what you do. That's basically kind of stuck with me with those guys. And then, Spencer Haywood's brother, Roy Haywood, he was like a uncle to me. He was like an uncle. He was like the father of the neighborhood. Like, me and Steve Smith, all those guys who grew up, he was over the rec center in our neighborhood. So, yeah.
Okay, for sure. Now let's get into coaching. Let's just talk about you and coaching. Who and what was it that got you into coaching and skills training, and what was it that made you want to jump into it and run with it to become a basketball development coach?
Well, back with my first experience with coaching was at the rec center, Roy Haywood. Like when I was in college, we come home in the summer, so I was working at the rec center, and he kind of got me into coaching, and I followed his footsteps because he was like a mentor. So I was like one person a name you all may know of is Darius Acuff, who I think he signed. Did he sign with Arkansas? I think he signed with Arkansas. I'm not sure, but I think he signed with Arkansas. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But his dad, I coached his dad when his dad was a little boy. I'm showing my age, but that was my first coaching experience is in 1990, 91, like just in the summer coming home from college. So that kind of got the juice is flowing right there. That's how far back that goes.
Coming home from college, coaching, you see some guys that's coming up, from your neighborhood, from around the city.
Mm-hmm.
What was your main thing to take back to those guys, being that you was already a D1 college player? What was the information, if it was just how to be a better college player, how to transition from playing high school basketball to collegiate basketball to D1 collegiate basketball? What was the best information or something that you always try to tell them about to becoming a better player?
Trying to be the best at what you do, just excel, standing out, because that's what separates you from the pack. Um, by me growing up as a little boy in Detroit, I became friends with people like the Derek Colemans, the Steve Smiths, the Wooly Burdens, the Vashawn Leonard, although I'm a little older than Vashawn, but I was around those circles because of my ability to play. So I was on like summer league teams. Me, Derek Coleman, Steve Smith, we played on the same summer league team every summer. So that's what I would kind of take back to the players. Even talking to my sons now, who have just recently took an interest in basketball, it's like you want to step on the court confident, knowing that you are the best. That I don't care how many people in this gym, I'm going to stand out. And I was one of those players in middle school where I was actually middle school for me was like going transition from middle school to high school was like college because I was being recruited by high schools all around the city, private high schools, public high schools. The coaches would come to the middle school where I was. They'd come to the games. They would invite me, just like a college visit. They would invite me to come to see their varsity games and things of that nature. So I was just always around that circle.
Yeah, you said some big names there. Nice, college athletes, players, and professional players. Speaking of Sean Leonard, Steve Smith, and Derek Coleman, heavy hitters.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just speak about, sticking with coaching. Um, what is your focus on developing a better player? Like, what is your mission statement, when you bring in a client to work with?
Structure, discipline and structure. Just like anything else, basketball is a system. So if you learn how to function within that system, you'll be successful. But the ingredients you gotta have in there is a main ingredient is discipline, because discipline is basically doing something when you really don't want to do it. You gotta be disciplined to always put in that
Sure.
work. So knowing the system, becoming good at what you do, being skilled, and being disciplined throughout the process.
Speaking of discipline, let's speak of some of the players that you have worked with in your basketball development career. Would you talk about some of the players you have worked with and how discipline really helped propel them to becoming the players that they were on the collegiate level and professional level?
Well, I'll go back all the way to the beginning, almost to the beginning, because I started training players. And I once heard, I was listening to an interview with Phil Handy, who used to be with the Lakers up until last year. And he said that up until 1999, there wasn't an industry for basketball training, really. So I got into basketball training around 2001, 2002. And one of the players who came on earlier that I got with was Wesley Johnson, who ended up going to Iowa State, broke records as a freshman, and he transferred after 2 years, and I got him in Syracuse. And the rest is history. He became a lottery pick, and Wesley was one of those players that early on he was very disciplined. Where he was a dry sponge. Whatever I would, going back to talking about how basketball is a system, I taught Wesley that system. So he never asked. He asked questions, but it was never. He never questioned me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
He never questioned what I would tell him. So he just did it. So with his discipline, he not even on most people's radar. Because a lot of people don't know when Wesley got out of high school, he didn't even go to college. He bounced around a couple prep schools, and then he didn't even play a full season in prep school. Because prep school closed down. So he just worked out with me and my partner. So
Okay.
we just instilled discipline in him. and it helped propel him to the NBA.
For sure. Speaking about working with players, helping players, get to the NBA. Speaking of discipline, on October 26th in Beloit, Wisconsin, at Beloit Turner High School, you will be hosting a 2-hour dribbling and shooting clinic. Would you speak about that clinic and what brought the idea to host, the shooting clinic at Turner High School in Wisconsin?
Well, me and two guys I used to train with back in Detroit, we came up with the concept, and we just started where we were doing the basketball training, but we said we want to offer something else. So we offered a 2-hour clinic where it just be 1 hour of intense ball handling. And I say ball handling because ball handling to me is different than dribbling. A lot of people can dribble, but can they handle the basketball? So that's the difference there. So I do a lot of, 1-ball dribble, 2-ball dribbling, working on the footwork and just balance, because balance is critical in ball handling. A lot of people don't understand how important that is, because I always tell players, when you're handling the basketball, you're controlling two things. You control your body first, then you control the basketballs. If you don't control your body, you can't control the basketballs. For example, you got people sometimes they lose their balance. And what happens when they lose their balance? Most of the time they lose the ball as well. So you maintain your balance, you maintain the ball. And some players, they dribble with their back bent over. And that's one thing we teach in the dribbling portion of the clinic is having your body in the right position at all times.
Okay. What age groups will be able to attend the clinic?
At in Wisconsin, it'll be high school and middle school.
High school, middle school. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. And that's in October, on October 26th. I know it said the time will be determined. Do you have a website where people can pull up, to your website and find out information about the camp online or anywhere?
Yeah, my website that just went up that still has some information to it is thebasketballsociety.com.
Okay, definitely. So make sure everyone, if you in the Wisconsin area and you can make it to Beloit, Wisconsin, the camp or clinic will be hosted at Beloit Turner High School in Beloit, Wisconsin. Um, you also have a book, besides coaching, besides training, you also have found time in your busy schedule to write a book. Would you speak about the book, what the book is about, and where people can find the book at?
Yeah, it's called Coach Approach, and it can be found on Amazon, KDP, uh, Kindle Direct Publishing, and or you can go to my website, thebasketballsociety.com. There's a link on there to get the book, and with the book, along with the book, is a video I shot when I came back from China. I was coaching over in China in the CBA, so when I got back, I shot a video called Feet Work, not Footwork, because foot is just one foot, so I put a little twist on the feet work. And that's what it's all on working, working on your footwork there. You asked me another question connected to that?
Yeah, with the book, what brought the motivation to write the
Oh,
book?
just my experience, my journey in basketball, so from coaching, uh, elementary, middle school, basically every level. I've coached every level except for the NBA, and I almost got an NBA job about 10 years ago. It came out of me with one other coach, but they went with the better looking guy, I guess. But anyway, as a player development coach position, but just my experience watching people, especially on the AAU circuit, that's really what led me to do the book, because you see a lot of people with young people, and me, I don't look, when I'm coaching basketball, I don't look at it as I look at it as a brotherhood. I don't look at it as me against this, even though when we step on the court, like even if I play against my little brother, because my little brother likes to play basketball, I'm going at his chest. It's competitive, but we're brothers, so I just wanted to contribute to the game I fell in love with around the third grade, around 8 years old. So that's my contribution. It's called the Coach Approach, and is basically for those who say if you got a person, because a lot of people in AAU, and you can relate to this, they sometimes will get a parent to volunteer. They don't. It's hard to find coaches, so they might get a
Yeah.
parent, and they don't know how to put together a practice plan and things of that nature. So in the book, it covers all that. It covers the importance of um, maximizing your time in the gym, because during the summer, gym time is very hard to get. So you might get 2 days out the week to practice. And with AAU,
For
you
sure.
might get 2 days of practice, and then you're playing all these games on the weekend. So it's maximizing that time and putting different things in there that you can teach them at different age levels to help develop
Okay.
help develop them. Because once again, to me, it's a brother. When I say a brotherhood, I'm talking about girls and women's basketball as well. So it's through my experience, what I learned through college and coaching overseas, I'm giving back. So it's pretty much a blueprint, step by step, on how to conduct the practice, how to coach your players. Not telling somebody how to coach, because I'm no expert by no stretch of the imagination, but I learn from, I can learn from anybody, and I do, even from people younger. I go into a elementary practice or a middle school practice, and there's something that coach may do that I'm like, oh, interesting. I like that.
Right.
So
So,
always a
Coach
student of the game.
Vance, for sure. And that's what, like a player, like coaches, become even better and greater coaches. They never get tired of learning and trying to find out new
Exactly.
things. Well, Coach Vance, I know you have a lot going on. There's so much to know and more with you and about your knowledge and your background in basketball. 15 minutes is definitely not enough. We would definitely love to bring you back on to From the Line podcast, and just talk some more basketball with you, other things that you may have going on down in Texas and wherever else. So if you're cool with that, we would definitely like to bring you back at another time real soon in a couple weeks. If you would like or something like that, we could talk about your clinic and things like that a little bit more.
Be my pleasure, Melo. I'm just a call away, brother. Let me know. Be my pleasure.
For sure. And would you let everyone know your Instagram or your Twitter where they can just follow you as far as when you're giving, tutorials, videos on drills and different things of that nature?
Yeah, the my social media, you go on the website, is thebasketballsociety.com once again. And then my IG is at Real Will Vance. And then
For sure.
yeah, at Real Will Vance. That's the IG.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm not big
Well,
on
I
social
won't.
media. I'm trying to get into it. I'm not big onto it, but I'm trying to pick it up, get into the
It's a
flow.
great thing to have, but it's
Yeah.
also like you use the word discipline. It's great
Mhm.
to, make sure you discipline on there as well,
Yeah. Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna bring in our next guest if you want to stick around. I love that. Probably gonna play a little game at the end, some trivia, basketball trivia, and see who wins the trivia questions. So if you would, you can stick around.
Yep. We'll do.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Our next guest is from the great state of Wisconsin in the class of 2028. One of the best players in the nation, one of the best players in the state of Wisconsin. I'd like to bring to the stage Travis Martin, aka Baby Luka. Travis, welcome to From the Line podcast. How you doing tonight, young man?
Oh shoot. Good. How are
Okay,
you?
okay, good, good, good. Thanks for taking time to join us here on From the Line podcast. Got some icebreaker questions that I'm gonna ask you just to loosen it up. You a big time hooper, so you ready for big game moments. So you definitely ready to step to the line right here.
Yep.
Favorite NBA player from the 1990s?
Mm. I don't. That's hard, man. I don't know. There's so much good ones.
Okay.
There's. I mean, there's Michael Jordan. There's just so much. Probably
There
Michael
we
Jordan.
go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Pre-game favorite song to listen to.
Well, I have a whole playlist, but if I had to pick one song out of it, I'd probably pick "Go Getter." OT7 Quantum.
Go get it.
Yep.
Okay. What is it about that song that gets you motivated?
It's just like fast tempo and like just gets me like in the mode.
Okay. Favorite NBA city?
Mm, probably. I mean, I like Dallas. I like
Okay.
Dallas. When I went to Dallas, it was pretty cool. It was nice.
Nice. Okay. Well, let's get right into it. We're going to start off with the first question. How do you think that your playing style complements your teammates' strengths and their weaknesses?
I think it complements their strengths because if I have someone on my team that could dunk and can has crazy athleticism, I can just throw them oops because that's I'm a good passer. And weaknesses, I'm always finding someone open. So if they're just like, let's say they don't really score that well on their own, I can help them score just by my passes and my playmaking ability.
Okay. Definitely. I mean, I'm going to get into that. Watching you play, you definitely have great playmaking abilities, great court vision. What is it about passing that you love? I mean, because that for me, I know the AKA is Baby Luka, and you draw a lot of comparisons to Luka for many reasons. But I definitely know one of them is passing. What kind of joy do you get from passing?
Just like when you get a good pass or just a good move into a pass or something like that, it just feels like so good. And especially like because you're sharing it with your teammates the moment. So like say you get a highlight video of having a good pass, there's also going to be your teammate that made that layup or the 3-pointer in it.
No doubt, definitely, definitely love that thought. Keep that up. What personal milestones have you set for yourself in your academic careers, in your
Um,
athletic and academic careers?
I try to maintain a 3.5 GPA or above, and I try to make honor roll every year, every term, every semester, and make sure I'm just doing all my work. I'm in a lot of honors and AP classes.
That's great. There's talent all around this world. Coaches is able to go get talent, by the dozens. There's talent everywhere. But that's one thing that will separate a lot of players is the academic, the classroom production. And that's the first thing a lot of coaches on every level, that's the first thing that they look at, is how's the grades? Am I going to chase this student down, my athlete down to go to class and things like that.
Yeah.
What joy do you find doing homework, making sure that you have high grades, and where does that translate to basketball for you?
So what I like to do, since I don't have a lot of time to do work or nothing like that, because I'm working out almost literally every hour, just always working out, then I'll rest. So usually during school, I'll do the homework when I'm in school, when I'm done with all my other stuff that's in that class. Because I go to school where it's blocks, so it's hour and a half periods. You get a lot of time to do your work. So when we have free time or anything like that, I'm just doing my work. So then later in the day, I'm just by myself, just only person done with all my work, and I can go home and do whatever I want.
For sure. Keeping it about you right now, what personal milestone achievements are you the most proud of right now?
The most things I've been proud of is when I went to the Phenom All American camp in Cali. I got MVP of the camp. I got I went to I mean 10 camps probably this summer. I've all got all star, top 20 all star. I've got top passer, MVPs, all that.
Speaking of that, you've definitely been around the country, moving around playing basketball. You've been living the basketball star life, man, at such a young age. Like I said, I was able to watch you dominate out at Phenom National Basketball Camp out in California. Everything that you got, you earned, you worked for. I was coaching the team. One of my players, and it was out of respect, looked at me like, Coach, he nice, I heard your peers out there calling you Baby Luca, but I give you your credit. A lot of credit. You was very humble about it. You was like, "No, man, my name is Travis Martin." You didn't feed into it. Your ego. A lot of kids may have ran into that. Would you just speak about just remaining humble and just your peers still showing respect, for your game worldwide?
So staying humble is it's just like just don't be arrogant. Some like someone asks you for a picture or just anything like that. You just like try and just be nice to them, say yeah, or like just don't go around saying, "Oh yeah, I'm blah blah blah," or whoever you are, your nickname or something like that, or brag about how many followers you got or something like that. Because there be people that have 100 followers but are way better than you, and you have thousands.
That's so true. No doubt about it. And just real quick, speaking about Nike Phenom, would you speak about your experience at Nike Phenom basketball camp?
I've never had an experience like that in my life. It was very different from any other camp I ever been to. It was like a from 8 o'clock to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You did not stop playing basketball. You had about the 45-minute break 2 times a day. I brought my PS5 to come play it when I'm down there at the hotel. I played it for 10 minutes the whole time I was there because I didn't have no time.
Straight gym time.
Straight gym time. We got taught about our nutrition. We watched film. We did everything. No other camps
For
ever done
sure.
that.
Definitely. Phenom camp is definitely a camp. If you want to test your skills, see where you at, is definitely a camp to come learn more about basketball. Definitely compete with some of the best basketball players in your age group from around the world. A question for you as far as your talent. You, like I said, you're one of the best players in the state of Wisconsin in the class of 2028, nationally as well. Would you speak about playing against other prospects that have the same talent level as you or better, and how it made you work and make you a better player?
So going to all these camps, I've probably played out of the top 100 kids in the nation in my class. I probably played 95% of them. So like just going to these camps, I see all the different kids at all the different camps and playing against them or playing with them. That makes me better. Like one camp you play with them, next camp you play against them, or you just won't play them. So just playing against them that makes you better, and that makes you also seen. So say you play against the number one kid in the world, and you're not even on the rank list, and then all the media's on him, but you're going at him. Then I mean, you're gonna get media on you.
Definitely. I mean, how does it feel to have all this media attention? I mean, you're on major prep basketball sites. They call him Baby Luka. He's the next up. I mean, and like I said, I love the humbleness and everything. But how does it feel? Sometimes does it feel like it becomes too much? Because we know that prep basketball, AAU basketball, grassroots basketball in general has definitely went, heavy commercial social media. Sometimes does it get too much and you just really want to sit back and enjoy yourself as a young kid, as a young man?
So sometimes I just chill. Like I'll just turn my phone off for a little bit, and I just won't even go on like because Instagram's my most known platform. So I just won't even go on Instagram. I'll just chill on my phone, or I'll just play, just lay down, take like just not go on my phone, so I don't have to buy into the hype and stuff. And like when people come up to me and ask me for like pictures and like all this kinds of stuff. I just get like just take a picture with them. You don't gotta be arrogant and just like say no and just walk away or say you're too busy. Like I always try and take time to take a picture unless I'm obviously doing something important or something like that. But I always try and just be humble and just stay to myself.
How would your coach describe you as a player?
So he probably he described me as a player as a very good playmaker, very good passer. I could shoot the ball very good, make my teammates better. He my teammate or my all my teammates that love me, all my coaches they all love me. So I'm excited for this my freshman season.
And you will be attending St. Cats, like you said, you're excited for the season to start. Is there anything specifically that you're looking forward to it at St. Cats to get after it with your guys?
I'm just looking forward to play. Just high school
For
season, I
sure.
just can't wait for it to start. Can't wait.
Definitely. Definitely. Well, Travis, I appreciate you taking time out of your day, your busy schedule. Like you said, you're training all the time, coming to the From the Line podcast. Like I said, it was great to see you represent the state of Wisconsin, see you represent yourself, your family, and just do it, in a great professional manner as a young man. Keep up the great work, keep applying the pressure, and everything is going to keep coming for you. If you want to stick around real quick, I was going to have you play a game with Coach Will. Amarion, he left. It's just a real quick, fun game. I'm going to throw some basketball questions out. We can see the difference with age, as Coach Vance has been saying. So we're going to see, we're going to call it old school versus the new school. Just some quick, fun basketball trivia. It's nothing to it. Are you up for that?
Yep.
Cool. Coach Vance, are you up for a little basketball trivia against one of the young phenoms in the country right now?
Yes, I am. I don't know how I'm going to do, but I'm up to it. I'm up to the challenge.
Sounds good. Sounds good. First question. Who won the 2014 NBA championship?
Whew, I have no clue.
14. So
And that's something I should. I'm gonna give Travis time to think about that. But that's something I tell people. How important is that? I can't name who won 2 years ago. Was it Golden State? I don't know.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So
10.
I'm up here on
9.
Google looking up because you got me intrigued calling him Baby Luka. I'm pulling up some video on Travis. To
Okay.
check
Okay.
out the skills.
Okay. Travis, he gave you the answer. 2014
2014.
was the
2014.
Golden State Warriors.
No, it was the Spurs.
Was it was it the Spurs?
I thought 2014 was the Spurs.
And I'm not going to cheat. I'm on my computer right now, but I'm not looking it up. I'm not even going to cheat.
I thought it was the Spurs versus the
You
Heat.
sure it wasn't Golden State? It wasn't Golden State Steph's first championship?
I think that was 2015.
That would have been 2015. 2015. 2014. Let me check. It's definitely the San Antonio Spurs.
Yep.
Okay.
Was that against
1998.
Miami?
Yeah,
Yes.
versus Miami. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. That's who sent LeBron back to Cleveland.
Yep.
1998 NBA champions.
I was even born.
The Bull? No. What? The 1998. Was it the Spurs?
The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls. The Bulls.
The Bulls?
Yep.
Michael Jordan is the final one.
I thought they final one was 1997. It's 98. Okay.
Yep. Current NBA commissioner.
Adam Silver. Yeah.
Okay. Former NBA commissioner.
David Stern.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Who is the current NBA all-time points leader?
LeBron
LeBron.
James. Yeah.
What number does Luka Doncic wear?
77.
There we go. We're going to give this win to the young school, the young player, Travis, baby Luka Martin. Congratulations, Travis. You are the first winner of Basketball Jeopardy Trivia from the Line podcast, season 1 of 2024. Well, we're going to wrap it up, fellas. Again, I appreciate both of you gentlemen taking time out of your busy schedules to join us here on From the Line podcast. Is there any last minute words that you would like to give to any young hoopers out there? Travis, we'll start with you.
Just keep working, keep training. Trainers and coaches always say work every single day. You can't work every single day. You gotta have some rest time in between, no matter what you're doing. Don't don't listen to that because you definitely need to rest, or else you can get hurt or do something bad. You can be sitting out for longer than if you would have just rest.
For sure. Great advice. Coach Vance.
Increase your IQ, learning how to play the game the right way, and try to master everything in basketball. Don't limit yourself. Try to master ball handling, shooting, playing with your back to the basket, conditioning, Be a master at everything.
Travis said, make sure you get some rest. Make sure you get in the gym, get those reps and everything needed to become great, but make sure you relax and rest the body and the mind as needed. Coach Vance's words of advice is become a master at everything. Don't limit yourself to one thing on the basketball court. Make sure that you could be a player that no one can stop and guard. Everyone, thank you for tuning in to From the Line podcast. I'm your host, Melo Williams. We will be back next week with 3 new guests. In the meantime, keep applying the pressure out there and continue blessings to you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.